So to get the ball rolling, we'll quickly jump into a deck I've created for you guys, and then we'll go from there. So here is my nifty little deck. So overall, in today's video, we're going to be covering 6 tips plus an additional bonus tip at the end of that. So please stay to the end of the video for that. So overall, we're going to be going through number 1 rankings, Google contacts, spam, secret source, guaranteed number of quality links per month, no history, and the secret bonus tip at the very end of this video. So please stay tuned. So these are the most common SEO scams that you see in the industry, and I'm going to be giving you a few examples and a few statements from Google. This is just what to do and how to smart yourself up to ensure that you avoid being another casualty in an SEO scam. So number 1, rankings. It's very common for people to suggest, hey, we can give you number 1 ranking results. Obviously, who wouldn't want that from a business perspective, or from an individual's perspective? You want to rule the roost and be top of the search results. So top rankings guaranteed. What's wrong with that? Well, this is a perfect example of a spammy email / someone who's basically stating that they can give first page ranking results. And this is a perfect example right here on the screen you have. So moving along, what does Google actually say about that? So Google actually says no one can guarantee a number 1 ranking on Google. This is coming from Google themselves. Beware of SEOs that claim to guarantee rankings, allege any special relationships or priorities with Google. So let me just quickly go back to that email. So it basically says here, hello, greetings of the day. This email is in reference to SEO search engine optimization services from India, offering first page rankings on Google at a very competitive cost. We would do online promotional activities and work as an online marketing team for your business. This raises a lot of flags for me personally, and it should raise a lot of flags for you. But overall, for a lot of people who just are naive in this matter, they feel that this is a dream come true to them, and it's a very good offer, because who wouldn't want to rank number 1? So overall, this is the classic rankings guaranteed scam. So this may come in an email format. This may come from an actual individual approaching your business, or an agency approaching your business. Please, if anyone suggests to rank number 1 on Google and they can provide that to you, leave immediately. Turn around the other way you came and just leave them alone, because they're nothing but bad trouble. And especially when Google comes out and states this, because it's impossible to rank for many terms across first page results. Doesn't matter what business you are, you're not going to be able to rank for number 1 for everything. And if they do basically say that they can rank you for number 1, is probably going to be some uncompetitive long tail term that essentially isn't beneficial for your business, or something that you already rank for naturally, but you may not be aware of it. And they may state that they helped you rank to position 1 for a particular term when you might have been ranking there already, but you might just not be aware of it. So this is a perfect example of other results that they may provide, and suggest that we may be able to help you rank in position 1 and also help to provide other results. So this is an ROI / effort timetable, and this is what I pulled from Moz, and it's a big search engine optimization and digital marketing blog. If you're not aware of it, please check them out. They also do YouTube videos on the regular. So this little graph here gives you an explanation of exponential investment and returns over time. So during month 1 to about month 6, you see that the returns don't really kick in to about month 6 for most SEO campaigns or activities. It's definitely something that doesn't give ROI immediately, and there is quite a bit of investment that's required, especially within the first beginning stages. So whenever someone says that they give you first page results immediately or very quickly, they're full of rubbish, and essentially it takes several months to get results. We're not saying that it's impossible to get first page results, but no one should guarantee it, and this will definitely take a lot of time, effort and energy to get those hard-earned results. And this is just an interesting table that I thought that you guys should look at, because I always present this to a lot of my clients that I work with, and I think it's just a good way to set expectations. So the classic Google contact. You may have an individual or an agency that suggests that they have the Google contact. So what is potentially the Google contact? The Google contact is essentially someone that claims that they have a contact in Google that can potentially get you first page results, or to help you get your website indexed, or some type of other weird rumor, or I couldn't really give you any other examples, but the most common ones is just being able to rank high in search results. That is a load of rubbish. No one has any access to Google contacts relating to organic SEO. There are people who get Google contacts or Google representatives when it comes to paid search, but that's a completely different story, because whoever has a type of Google representative regarding paid search is spending hundreds of $1,000s per month, up to the millions per month, to be able to get such access. And this is once again nothing got to do with organic SEO. So whenever someone else says that they have some type of representative relating to SEO, it's a complete flat out lie, and there's definitely something that you should take into consideration if someone else is pitching you or pitching your business in the future regarding SEO services. So why? Another reason the Google contact is a complete lie. Google relates right now to be able to rank on search results. You've got to factor in artificial intelligence such as RankBrain and neural matching that's being used to help in rankings. You have various algorithm updates, and you have over 200 ranking signals, and all of this combined, apart from other factors that I won't mention in this video, all work together in some way, shape or form to determine search results. So there's no way that any individual is able to provide some type of Google contact that will enable you to get search results, because right now the Google algorithm is so sophisticated and driven by artificial intelligence that if anyone suggests anything otherwise, is a complete flat out lie. And this is just an interesting perspective to enable you to understand and inform yourself better into understanding what potentially goes into search results. Spam emails, that is a classic and a favorite of mine. The good old spam email. You especially if you have a business email, someone's going to be hitting up your business or yourself through LinkedIn or any other types of means with spam email. So these are just common red flags to consider when looking at spam email. Does the person use a Gmail address or Hotmail address? Is there spelling or grammatical mistakes? Mentions of offers that are too good for the price or performance that they're willing to provide you with, for the price that your actual company that they represent, or you cannot find them. Here is a legitimate example of a spam email that's come to my personal email address. This is dated on the 10th of March of 2019, so this is fairly recent. Someone's asking for web design development. Number one, big red flag. They're using a Gmail address. Number two, it's been caught in my spam filter. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes there are legitimate emails that are caught in spam filters, but this is another red flag. Since Google's spam filters are becoming more sophisticated, that's something to take into consideration. Moving down, we are specializing in flowing filed. So that's definitely a spelling and grammatical mistake here. Internet marketing, SEO, SEM, and paid search or pay-per-click. And once again, moving down, at the very bottom of this slide, there is the person's name. They're a business development manager, but once again, it says here that they do not represent any particular company. So straight away, what I decided to do is read the email. They're offering web design development, but then the top line talks about in the email discussing mobile applications, but then they start covering SEO and other services. Doesn't really flow well. It doesn't have a logical flow. The title of the email doesn't match. There's so many different mistakes and things that create red flags, but these are just some of them, so please be aware of them. And once again, at the bottom, I don't know whether my cursor covered that section, but now you can read at the bottom where it says warm regards, the person's name, and their business development manager. I actually decided to look them up on LinkedIn, and of course no one exists under that current name when I searched for a business development manager role. Spam email number two, once again being called into the spam filter. I've mentioned this example in a previous slide, but overall, expecting that they actually are providing the first page ranking on Google as a part of their hook in their email. And once again, that's something that we've covered, which is guaranteed first page results, first page rankings is just a flat out spammy tactic and should be avoided. So these two are very good examples, and I'll definitely take that into consideration next time. If you're reading an email address and it seems a bit too good, check whether they're using a Gmail, check the individual, and overall if they're promising things that are too good to be true, just leave it alone. Don't respond to it and just move on. The secret sauce. Now this is a classic as well. You hire an agency but they refuse, or an individual, and they refuse to tell you what they are doing on your website. So I chucked in a beautiful meme here. One does not simply give away the secret sauce. So once again, you come across the so-called SEO expert. They will not inform you, or they cannot inform you specifically what they will do on your site. It's not clear. And sometimes they'll state they cannot do it because they're going to give away their competitive advantage, or you're simply paying them money month after month, but you're not really sure where it's going. And these are massive red flags if you cannot figure out for the life of your business or for yourself what these people are doing, and they simply refuse or cannot explain in a clear, coherent manner that makes sense, or that they explain something but they cannot back it up with any relevant research or any relevant type of secondary source from Google or anyone else. Leave them alone, cut the contract, and just call it a day, because these guys are going to destroy your site. This is an official statement from Google. It says, ultimately, you are responsible for the actions of your companies, of any companies, that you hire. So it's best to be sure you know exactly how they intend to help you. They should be willing to explain all the changes they are making to your site. And I've also chucked in a link there, so feel free to read that. Definitely, it's very important to take that into consideration. So once again, ultimately, you are responsible for the actions of any companies you hire. Very, very big notion. This is coming from Google themselves. So definitely take that into consideration next time you're willing to sign on the dotted line for a SEO contract. Guaranteed number of quality links per month, or links themselves. Red flag. This is a massive red flag. I've been working in SEO for over 5 years. I've worked with a lot of top tier businesses, and I believe that doing proper link building takes a lot of time, energy, and it's almost impossible to accurately determine the number of links given in a period of time. But if I'm doing an SEO strategy for a client, I can't guarantee them to be like, you're going to get 5 quality links from this campaign. It's very difficult to determine that. But what you can determine is you may get some, but to give an actual figure, that's a different story. And also, if they can continuously claim that they're getting high quality links from a continual basis, and they can't really give you an idea of how they're doing it, but they're stating that they're giving it to you, there's a good chance they're using a PBN or PBNs, which is a private blog network. They're buying links, or they're doing both. And PBNs and buying links, or both, are definitely against Google's guidelines, and that's something that you should check out, which I will also be incorporating a link further down in the description below of this video, and it will also be incorporated in this deck that I'm presenting right now. So once again, secret sauce, you're responsible for the actions on the companies that you hire. So this is a previous slide, but just reiterating that point, that you're responsible. So once again, very important to be informed of how people are building links to your business or for any other project that they're working on. So this is a perfect example of the absolute spamminess of Fiverr and other link building type services. I'm not saying Fiverr and other freelancing sites are filled full of spam when it comes to SEO. Some people do great services, but what I'm saying is this is a perfect example of links that you can purchase. People are suggesting PBN backlinks here. They're suggesting purchase. So you shouldn't be purchasing links. You shouldn't be using PBNs. You shouldn't be doing any of that. And if someone is doing this to your website, that can potentially ruin your site. It can get penalized and removed from Google search results. And God forbid that you're actually aware that someone is doing this for you and they're claiming that this is okay. Absolutely against Google guidelines, and this is something that I'm absolutely against, and it makes my blood boil every single time I see this, that Fiverr is allowing this to go on. This is a statement from Google, an official statement on the Webmaster Guidelines. I'll just quickly highlight this section here. Buying or selling links that passes page rank, so essentially buying links in exchange for money, posts or anything of that type of manner is against Google's guidelines. Excessive links, link to me, I'll link to you, large scale article marketing, guest posting campaigns that are keyword rich, so it's kind of spammy guest posting, automated programs and services. So once again, if you go back here, I'm pretty sure these people have some type of multi-tiered PBN backlink software, and these are things that definitely should be avoided, and I guarantee you everyone that's purchased these links will get penalized in the future. So please, once again, do your due diligence. No history or references. There's nothing better when a so-called SEO expert has no previous history of working in an SEO agency or working for SEO themselves, and being able to essentially provide any references that they've worked on. So if they're not on LinkedIn, they have no employment history relating to SEO or digital marketing, no references relating to previous work, no company page or social media on their LinkedIn, anything of that, these must cause massive red flags. I'll definitely not consider using this individual, and I'd basically run away from doing so. And the final tip is self-education. Don't understand SEO? That's the paddling. Once again, I'm going to run with the quote with Google. Ultimately, you are responsible for the actions of any companies you hire. Big thing to take into consideration. So once again, if you don't understand SEO, we're not intending to blame you, because as a business or as an individual you may have other priorities, but it is important at least to educate yourself on the basics. And I've essentially provided a few resources on this slide, and I will be providing these links in the video description below as well, so please check them out at the end of this video or during this video. So from the Google resources, we're going to look at SEO spam. So that's essentially covering a large portion of those screenshots and quotes that I've covered in this PowerPoint presentation or deck. How to hire an SEO. This is a beautifully constructed video by Google themselves relating to good tips on how to hire an SEO specialist. Negative link building. So once again, a few quotes that I've taken regarding link building. I've also incorporated the full article that you can look at. Once again, links will be in the description below. Industry resources and beginner guides. So Search Engine Journal's complete guide to SEO. So for those who don't know, Search Engine Journal provides news, guides and resources relating to the newest things happening in SEO and digital marketing. We have Moz. Moz is also a massive digital marketing blog that specializes in search engine optimization. And of course, finally, a bit of a self-plug, subscribing to my channel. I will be providing videos on a regular basis regarding SEO, regarding guides. Please check out my previous video also on how to remove Google Search Console errors. I've created an entire list for 2019, and I have a feeling that I will be updating that if there will be any changes regarding Google Search Console in the future. But please, if you've liked this video, check out my other videos as well, and subscribe. Drop down a comment if there's anything else you want me to add into future videos or topics. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and you'll be hearing from me soon. See ya.